For the love of One Piece, we here. Welcome aboard the Ascension, and this is my analysis of One Piece manga chapter 988. So let's get into it. A couple years ago, a founding member of the One Piece theory community once said that Sabo, infamously, said that Sabo is Yonko level. Well, I'm about to go out on a limb and declare that I believe Sanji is Yonko level. Okay, fine. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. I love Sanji, I love Zoro, and I love all of you. Well, almost all of you. Just the civil ones, okay? Just the civil ones. So, the fact that Pez has his arms held out, smiling, welcoming Pound as he swims for the ship, should be a sign to Lola and Chiffon that Pound is in fact telling the truth. So, Pez seems to have a strong connection with his grandfather. Remember how he could sense Pound was in danger when Oven went for the head? Yeah? Y'all remember that? When we all thought Pound was dead, but Pez, he could sense all of that. He could, so yeah, maybe Pez will be the mediator in this family reunion that happens in chapter 1000 or something. Man, this cover story is just going on forever, so let's move on, man. So Kaido is not one bit phased by the Minx transformation. He's like, yeah, beneath the moon you guys can turn into some ravenous berserker-like beast. Yeah, bring it on. I just love that smug look in Kaido's freshly sobered face. Yeah, I can't wait for this fight, man. But yeah, man, Kaido is not phased by this. I mean, he is Kaido. Y'all Minx could transform, do y'all thing, but still though, you gotta love his confidence. And I love how the Musketeers are slowly taking their hats off as the moon shines down on them. Jack tells the samurais that they've only come this far because of luck, and the Beast Pirates' inadequacy will no longer be a tool used to lay another finger on Kaido. So Rizzo lets Jack know that the man that he was looking for is him. I am that man. And he intends to pay his debt back twofold. Now, the only repayment I see is death. Death protecting those who protected him. Now, Jack is shocked, knowing that Rizzo was alive all this time. Just like, how can a country lose so much to protect one man? How? So many people lost limbs, their arms, their legs, a lot. They lost a lot just to protect him. So just how, But of course, Jack knows nothing about loyalty. He knows nothing about loyalty. Loyalty in the Beast Pirates just doesn't exist. That's just a nonsensical term. And I was surprised the Guardians told Inu and Rizzo to go after Jack because I was thinking Rizzo would want revenge. But the Scarab's mission is not revenge, it's open up the borders of Wano. And that starts with the defeat of Kaido. Now, the Guardians' Sulang'S Transformation met my expectations, especially Rhodey's or Roddy's. Like, the horns on him is like the prince, in Beauty and the Beast. And maybe Ulti is the Belle in this story. She crazy as hell. Maybe she could be like the baby 5 of the Wano arc. So how does Jack know about the Sulang'S Transformation though? We know if you can't control the form like Carrot, you'll burn yourself out and die. So does he know that and is planning for it? Or does he think Kaido has some plan to blow up the moon? There was a fan-made panel of Kaido doing just that, and we got to see Enel's legendary reaction, and wow, like, this guy that made that old fan-made panel, he might be onto something. We get to see the 7th number, and as Sawyer was pointing out in his review, I believe 2 chapters back, like the numbers, their laugh seems to be associated with their numbers. So we saw Hachi, the 8th number, and his laugh was Hacha Hacha Hacha. Now we get to see the 7th number, and his laugh is Nagi Nagi Nagi. So the next number we see, probably number 6, expect him or her to have Roki Roki Roku as his or her laugh. Shinobu tries to free Momo, and she's so nervous, she's telling herself that she won't fail. Kim sees this and he grabs her and sends her crashing into the building. Sanji uses the distraction to free Momo, and I'm shocked I'm shocked. I was shocked that Queen's eyes didn't pop out this time because they tend to do that a lot. And this is the type of stuff that would warrant such a reaction. But we didn't see it, but he was surprised though, like, what the hell, like, how is the chains coming loose? And I don't know, King, it seemed like he was able to sense Sanji, and since King is flight, and the way he dodged the Big Mom Pirates attacks, it would seem that he specialized in observation haki and Queen specializes in ornament. King goes after Sanji and he tosses Momo to Shinobu and block King's attack. Like, my boy, like, just seeing Sanji in this moment at such a level, going up against the first mate of a Yonko, that is special because we're so used to Zoro having these moments. So Oda sort of just like changing up the formula. It was just refreshing to see. Now, Sanji, all he did was block King's attack, and it was impressive. But Sanji is an aerial fighter, so it also shouldn't be that impressive because he specializes in aerial combat. That's his thing. That's also why I really thought that, King would be Sanji's opponent. But of course, I don't believe Sanji will fight King 101 because I just don't think Sanji is that strong. But nevertheless, just seeing them clash, it was freaking impressive. And yeah, he holds up King's attack. He continues to block King's attack, and Nami's like, hey Sanji, I thought you were going after the prostitutes. Now, I refuse to believe Sanji is that selfish, to be honest. And come on, man, you're going up against a Yonko and you're worried about prostitutes? That was just so demeaning to Sanji's character. No, he probably did really go after prostitutes, but come on, Oda. come on, don't do that to us. King suddenly grabs Sanji by the throat, and I'm not sure if that was distraction or speed, but King got him, and he got him good. So King tells Sanji that he better gives Momo back because Momo needs to be eliminated. Now Sanji's not having none of that. He tells Momo that, hey, good job declaring your name like that. Like, hey, you got some balls. So I just really love Sanji recognizing Momo's bravery, uplifting his spirits like that. Like, for a moment, I was just kind of like asking myself, like, is this really Sanji? Because this is not something you'd usually hear from Sanji. It's something you'd hear from Luffy or Zoro. So it was so refreshing to hear it from Mr. Prince. And he gives Momo a thumbs up, but just as he does this, King threw him in the air and just flies right into him with his beak. And King's beak seems to pierce Sanji, causing Sanji to remark that he'll end up with a hole in his chest. King seems to be really agitated by the invisibility aspect of the raid suit. So I don't know, could this be jealousy? Just like when Sanji met Absalom, Sanji was jealous that Absalom had the clear fruit because that's the fruit he always wanted, so he could, go invisible and peek on women. So is King sort of like Sanji, where King wanted the clear fruit also, and he's like completely jealous because he sees Sanji can go invisible? Like, I don't know. I mean, they're both pervs, well, more of a sadistic perv, but perv nonetheless. So yeah, maybe he wanted to do some invisible torture or something, he could be the type of person that's into that kind of stuff. I'm just saying. But it seems King has a problem though, like a deep problem with perception, maybe how people view him, and that's why he's all covered up, in that black suit. So King suggests he will not just put a hole, in Sanji, but, split him in two. And he tells Sanji to just disappear and escape. Now Sanji remarks that, it's just visual. King flies into the building, leaving a speed trail behind, and the attack was so explosive that Luffy was seen, Luffy was worried, man. He's like, that was one hell of an attack. Now, it seems King perceives those who hide their appearance as cowards. And that would be ironic though, since he himself hides in a gimp suit. So I don't know what's going on there. But from this encounter, I could tell you that this is not the end of this fight. These two will battle. For some people who were angry that King is fighting Sanji and not Zoro, because Zoro has a sword and he's Luffy's right-hand man and he always fights the second strongest, just chill out. Because first of all, we don't really know if King and Sanji are really going to fight each other. Look at Marineford. Everybody kind of had a little clash with each other. So I wouldn't really know that King will fight Sanji. But, I mean, we don't know that for sure, but I do think that's gonna happen because they are so damn similar, you know? But just the fact that people are so upset that, hey, it's Sanji and not Zoro, because Zoro has a sword and King has a sword and King is the right-hand man and Zoro is Luffy's right-hand man. Like, since when is predictability a writer's virtue? I still think Zoro's opponent is Orochi, and Hiyori or Momo will deal the final blow. In addition to Orochi, Zoro will likely defeat Jack and then help Luffy and the Supernovas with Kaido. Because Luffy is sure as hell not taking on Kaido one-on-one. He's just not there yet. He's not there in terms of power, and he's not there in terms of durability. Now, the Rio was important to learn because he can deal internal damage to Kaido. While he was doing the Kong organs versus Kaido, Kaido let out a sigh because Kaido, for a moment there, he thought Luffy actually had potential to injure him. But when he noticed that, hey, Luffy doesn't use Rio, he can't really damage him, Kaido let it aside because he was disappointed. So now that Luffy learns Rio, Kaido will get damaged. Luffy will beat him. I'm not saying he was gonna like beat him in battle. I'm saying like he will deal some damage to Kaido. But it won't be enough to actually defeat Kaido because Luffy is just not there yet. He doesn't have Awakening. You know, he knows Rio, but he just learned it like a couple of hours ago, and he still doesn't have Awakening. So until he maybe unleashes a Gear 5th or does some crazy other Awakening stuff that we haven't seen before, or some crazy stuff with Rio, Luffy's not defeating Kaido. You know? But enough with that. So going back to Sanji, maybe Sanji will learn a thing or two, you know, from King's Hellfire. You know, like, what is the secret behind the eternal flames behind King's back? Because I'm saying this because, again, I do think Sanji will fight King because they have just so much in common. And Sanji's whole thing is fire, King. This whole time, the eternal flames on King's back, they haven't gone out. There is some secret behind King's whole race that I think Sanji will help figure out. And again, maybe we'll finally get to see Sanji's Hellfire versus King's Demon or Eternal Flame. So the battle between them, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. Not everybody that has a sword has to face Zoro. Luffy tries going after Sanji, but he can't because of Big Mom. So he kind of asks Yamato to help Shinobu take care of Momo. Yamato says, of course, I mean, he's my son, right? Oh my god. What the actual blue hell is going on? Like, now she's the biological father of Momo and Hiyori? Like, that chick is crazy. Like, it has me thinking, what if Odin's journal is some form of Horcrux, and Odin is somehow manipulating Yamato like the second coming of Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter? Like, I don't know what's going on here, but this whole I am Odin thing, it's becoming ridiculous at this point. It's no longer funny. Like, I understand that she wants to be Odin, but not to this extent where you're calling Momo your son. Like, come on, like, nah, just no. Momo is not gonna be calling you daddy, okay? He's not gonna be calling you daddy, so just chill out. Big Mom calls Luffy a party pooper, and she unleashes one of those Big Mom slashes. And whenever Big Mom unleashes a slash, just like what we saw in Old Cake Highland, the destructive level of these slashes is godly. Like, she is amazing in terms of power. It's why I think that Luffy just doesn't stand a chance between these Yonkos, because they're just so damn strong. But anyways, the samurais, they see this and they get nervous. I mean, who wouldn't? You basically have two Kaidos, so I can understand why their confidence kind of took a hit. And I love Nami running away with Zeus as if it's hers. Zeus lets her know that he can't defy Big Mom. And Big Mom threatens to extinguish his soul if he defies her again. So Zeus is crying, telling Nami that, sorry, I have to kill you now. Nami declares that their relationship is over and that she hates him. This whole on and off again relationship is like Ross and Rachel from Friends. So watch out, Sanji. There's definitely something between these two. Nami could be dating a cloud soon. The Soul King comes into action. Frankie drives his motorcycle, planting the two wheels right into Big Mom's face as Brook slices Zeus in half. Wow, what a sequence. He's like, oops, did I drive over something? Frankie is a savage, and just a complete savage, and it's just nice seeing all the Straw Hats contributing to the battle. And now it's Usopp and Chopper's turn to shine. So next chapter, expect Chopper and Usopp to do some impressive shit. And I guess Usopp will be taking down one of those numbers. Maybe number 6 or number 7. We'll see. And Big Mom eyes are clearly popping out of her head. Like right after that motorcycle hit her in the face, her eyes are freaking popping out like queens, man. And the attack floors her. And this was amazing though. I mean, to see Big Mom lying on the ground with her face all mangled, I just don't know how to feel about this. Like, I mean, one thing for certain though, I hope she's not concussed, because I'm pretty sure that the motorcycle is not made of sea stone, and Frankie can't use Rio or extend Armament to his motorcycle, right? So the impact should not be enough to knock out Big Mom, right? I mean, she this is the same woman that withstood a giant lightning bolt from Nami and was digging on the ground like a damn mole in Whole Cake Island. She's durable as they come. She is as durable as they come, so no way she's concussed, right? I mean, seriously. Are we gonna have another Big Mom concussion where she loses her memory and then she helps the freaking Straw Hats? God, oh god. I hope not. So, what do you guys think about Sanji versus King though? Do you think they will actually fight each other? And do you actually think Sanji can win that fight? Me personally, I don't think Sanji can win that fight because I just don't think it's time for Sanji to be at that level yet. We all know that at the end of the series, the Straw Hats Pirates will become probably the strongest pirate crew in the world. But now is just not the time for that, for that to happen. Because if they become that strong now, who has a chance against them? If you have a guy like Sanji who's like the 3rd strongest on the crew, can take out the first mate of a Yonko, like, who's gonna challenge these guys? The only pirates left for them to face would be the Blackberry Pirates. And obviously they probably will have to go up against the world government also. But it just doesn't make any sense for a guy on Sanji's level to be taking out a guy like King. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, if One Piece was ending in like 1 or 2 years, then yeah, because then we go after Blackbeard and then, you know, the story ends or whatever. But there's still a lot. You know, we still have Elbaf, we still have Shanks. You know, there's still a lot to go through. I just don't think it makes One Piece sense for Sanji or Zoro to be defeating King. That's right, Sanji or Zoro to defeat these guys one-on-one. I think it'll be sort of like a tag team match. That makes perfect sense to me, because you cannot just give these people such power so soon. It's just not the right time for that. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on this chapter below. Please like the video, comment below, and if you like what I do here, want to see more, click that subscribe button and join the Ascension. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you guys in T-2.